Welcome to today's episode of Relationship Talk with the Geths. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button so you won't miss out on the new content when it drops. Valentine's Day is celebrated on February 14th each year. Fellas, did you hear what I just said? Valentine's Day is February 14th. I know people celebrate Valentine's Day with their kids and friends, and all that's cool, but for the most part, it's dedicated to expressing love and affection between intimate companions. And I'm from Georgia, born and raised, and down here, you celebrate with each other. It's kind of understood that Valentine's Day is more for men to make their boo things feel a little extra special and appreciated. So even though we might get you a little something, it's really about us down here in the South. That's kind of how it's done. Now, in the Midwest, from what I understand from my cousins in Chi-Town, Sweetest Day, which is celebrated on the third Saturday in October. You ain't never even heard of it, have you?
Today is old.
So Sweetest Day is like the reverse. That's when all the women show out and spoil their men with gifts and special attention.
Oh, say that again?
That's when the women spoil their men for Sweetest Day.
Really? Oh, they didn't hear this from us in the South. There is such a thing.
I've personally, never celebrated Sweetest Day, but I think we should this year. What you think about celebrating Sweetest Day this year?
Absolutely. I look forward to that. Now,
What are your thoughts all the way around, though? How do you feel about Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day, like just as commercial holidays?
as a holiday, I'm not gonna lie. I think if you are in a relationship, you kind of look at it as, oh boy, I better do something right so I can keep my relationship. You feel pressure to do something. If you're not, then it's like if you trying to pursue somebody, then you use Valentine's Day as a fishing rod to get you in there. Mm-hmm. So you have different motivations, I think.
But as a man, how do you feel about? Do you like it? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's whack and you wish they would do away with it? You could be honest.
Boy, yeah, listen. I see people out. I see y'all. I see y'all with your bows and arrows, ready to not shoot me like Cupid, but shoot me like.
I mean, don't show out for the people, because I know when February 14th comes, what happens at my house from your end. Don't show out for these people.
She go hold me accountable, so I can't get up here and be like, oh,
tell the truth and shame the devil.
But I look forward to it. I think it's beautiful. No, I am.
Have you done anything for Valentine's Day?
I would like to think I do.
Think back. Have you done?
I do. See, that's the thing about it. I feel like we have a friend that sells baskets, and every year I usually hit her up to,
By every year, he did that once.
Don't do that. See,
that happened one time. You said every year.
It's been more than one. No, because there have been times where, now, I'm going to hold her accountable too. She has said, as we are growing, we're in what I call a grind phase. We're trying to grow businesses. We're trying to raise children. We're trying to, stock a little money. And so she has said, and fellas, don't fall for this trick, because I keep falling for it. You ain't got to buy me nothing for Valentine's Day. Let's just save our money and, celebrate on different times.
Why do you say fellas don't fall for that?
Because
did it come back to bite you?
It didn't with me.
But this is your personal. How is that a trick?
I've been set up before.
No, we're talking about me.
I know we're talking about you.
So when I said, if I tell you don't buy me anything, does that ever come back?
No, it doesn't.
So what are you talking about?
I feel a little bad because then you'll say things like you just said. He's only bought me something once.
Because you want to tell the people that this is something. You kind of trying to tell the people that you do stuff that you don't do. I just want you to be real, because who we showing out for?
I think you preempted me thinking I was going to say that. I was just going to probably plead the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth.
Because you like, that's a time where we go and we... Do y'all now? Do you? Is that a thing? And if I tell you you ain't got to buy me nothing, you ain't got to buy me nothing, you ain't going to hear nothing about it, but you ain't going to go in the streets and be like, oh, I spoiled my woman something awful.
Well, I think we've been famous enough, the people that have followed us long enough, and for those that are new, I am not the best planner or thoughtful person. I'm a do it. You ask me to do something, I do it. You tell me, hey, I would like to go such and such place for Valentine's Day. Oh, sure, no problem. If that's what makes you feel special, I will do what you request for me to feel special, for you to feel special, excuse me. But if you looking at the calendar and don't say nothing to me, when February 14th rolls around, I'm liable to be sitting on the couch watching the Lakers play Milwaukee, and you'll be like, hey, you know what the day is? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a great day on NBA TV. They got the Lakers, they got the Hawks. Man, we got the Celtics.
Facts.
Yeah, like and then you'll be like, February 14th, and I'm like, is it her birthday? Oh, it's Valentine's Day. That's how I feel about Valentine's Day.
Well, thank you for your.
Yes,
What about Sweetest Day?
I've never heard.
But now that you have, how do you feel about your woman planning stuff and spoiling
I
you?
will say this: if we celebrate Sweetest Day, meaning you spoil me, then it'll give me the incentive because I am a man of reciprocation. So if you do something to me and I don't return it, I feel guilty. So if you celebrate me on Sweetest Day, then that will make me be like, oh man, she did it big for me. I got to make sure I do something for her just as big on Valentine's Day.
Really?
Oh my God. Here we go again.
The contradict. Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. So I just want an analogy.
Oh,
Hypothetically, of course, Life Jennings.
I set myself up. I fell for the trap, guys.
I just want to make sure.
Y'all take notes. Those that are just getting ready to get married, just watch what just happened right now. Okay.
Hypothetically, of course.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. So if I plan something really big for your birthday,
Let me rephrase.
because his birthday is in August, mine is in September. So if I take it upon myself to plan something big for your birthday, that means you're going to plan something big for mine because you like to reciprocate. Tell how you tell the people, I like to reciprocate. How you do it with your hands? Do it with both your hands. I just want to be clear. Clarity is so big.
Your Honor, I would like to amend my last statement and say I will try to reciprocate within the best of my ability. She has an ability to plan big. She's a thinker outside the box. She does this for a living. OneVisionERC.com for the next event. She plans events. This is she got me choked up. She plans
You choking on lies. The Lord said, "You not today. You're not gonna say it today.
within the
Go for real.
I don't know we're gonna get through this episode without some baggage.
You better tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth. To the best of my ability, I will try to reciprocate.
But if the best of your ability is not to plan, if you want to reciprocate, wouldn't you hire a planner to plan? If you want to give me what I give you, wouldn't you get someone to help you carry out whatever task this is? If it's really about I gotta reciprocate, like you said. Because I have a feeling if I went all out for Sweetest Day, Valentine's Day is still gonna roll around to the Lakers and the Clippers.
Y'all would just be quiet. I hope my producer edits this question.
Moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
And I would like to recommend for the remainder of the episode, if I ask you a question,
I'm being honest.
don't be trying to show out for the people.
I'm not showing out. I promise.
Tell the people what you be doing for real.
Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever heard the story of Valentine's Day? Do you even know the origin? Have y'all ever heard the
I've never even thought of.
have y'all heard it?
I never thought it was a real person, to be honest. I thought Valentine was like an Easter bunny.
You thought Hallmark came up with
Santa
Don't do that
Claus.
about the What do you mean Santa Claus is not? Don't do that.
Y'all, strike that on the record.
So I actually used to teach middle school, and that was one of the things, like around Valentine's Day, I would give an assignment where we look into the origin. So even though there are a few different legends going around, I don't know which one is historically accurate, but according to history.com, one legend says that Saint Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome. Think about that. How long ago that was? The 3rd century. We're in the 21st, and century is 100 years, and we got to go all the way back to 3. A mighty long time ago. So during that time, Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than men with wives and families. Of course they would, because if you're missing your wife and your family, you just probably curled up somewhere crying. Single men, I'm going all out. I don't have nothing to lose. I'm fighting for, for Rome. So he made a law. He outlawed marriage for all the young men. And Saint Valentine was like, nah, that's not right. Like, these young men have a right to fall in love and get married. So he defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret.
What a beautiful story.
I mean, it was. So I also read somewhere, this was a different place, but I don't remember what it was, that communications about these weddings were sent as secret letters, and that those moments are commemorated by sending present day cards or those little Valentines that, you get your kids when they go give them to the classmates.
Okay.
So that's kind of where that came from.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it sounds cool.
It sounds cool.
So I roll with it. I like it. So when but this is a sad ending. The emperor did find out that Saint Valentine was doing that, and he was put to death.
Oh my God!
I know.
What a horrible ending.
It was a terrible ending, but to honor his sacrifice, to honor his sacrifice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that was kind of the origin.
That's a very interesting story and makes sense and beautiful except for the ending. Jeez.
So I got a question for you, because this actually comes up a lot in our online community. Okay. Women are posting like, what can I get my husband for Valentine's Day? What do guys really want? Because you could go. So for women looking to get their guy a perfect gift, like, can you give them some good ideas? And I don't just think of the things you like try to think of some of the things that other guys might enjoy as well, so we can get away from getting them bears and balloons if they don't really want bears and balloons. You be like, here go your. I talk to my students and they already excited. My female students are like, I'm gonna get him a bear, I'm gonna get him a balloon, I'm gonna get him, this and that.
Yeah, he's faking it.
He don't want a bear.
If you get your man a bear balloon, he's faking.
But what if he sleeps with that bear at night? That would be so cute.
Listen to me. If you're a grown man and you sleeping with a bear.
Because it smells like her.
If you're a grown man, you sleeping with a bear.
Don't you judging people? Don't do that. What's your answer? What can she get him?
Meeting in the man community, and
y'all got a man cave meeting.
Man cave meeting, and we gonna revoke some cards.
What's your answer?
Okay, my answer. I think most men like to look good. Most men like to smell good. I don't think you can ever go wrong with getting them something they like to wear. And it could be, if you smaller end, if they like hats, buy them a new hat. If they like shirts, buy them a shirt. Outfits, their outfit. A lot of men are into shoes. A lot of men. I'm not necessarily a shoe guy because my feet are so big, so it's hard for me to find shoes. But a lot of men are into shoes. So you get them,
But shoes, that people that are into shoes are not into like these $35 shoes that you can get on Amazon.
Right.
Like shoe guys are
Absolutely.
like $250 and up per pair.
I agree.
And are we spending $250?
Stay away from that.
Maybe you are.
Yeah.
Because it is tax time.
It is. So if you want to get your man those are good. Smells. I think most men like to smell good.
So I see a lot of those name brand baskets for men. So they might have like a polo basket or a Hilfiger basket, and it'll have like a shirt, a hat, some boxes, and cologne with candy and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Or whatever your guys, if it's a Nike, if your guys a Nike or a Jordan brand.
All of those, that works. Now, I'm going to tell you, all of those are, to me, top tier gifts, but the best of the best is he just come home, you in something scantily clad or nothing at all.
Sex is the Valentine's Day gift.
It's not just sex.
I was about to say, you just got that 4 times last week.
Yeah, and it was great. But I'm telling you, it's sometimes a presentation, a fantasy, a getaway, like
a different kind of sex. Scenery.
Scenery, yes.
Next level sex. Get rid of the kids sex.
Get rid of the kids sex.
Okay.
Put on some music, turn the lights off, wear something sexy sex. But not just sex. Listen, the presentation. Wear something, flirt with them, make them wait for it, serve them a plate, serve them something good. If you can't cook, order something out.
This sounds like Sweetest Day.
Yeah.
This don't sound like Valentine's. I said Valentine's.
I'm just saying that. If you said, what would a man like?
That's what he would like right there.
That's what he would like. That's what he would like.
And I would like my gifts in 1,000 American dollars. All ones. Okay, next question.
Okay.
Do single guys ever look for a Valentine? You think this is what I mean right here. Do you think that some men are hopeless romantics and just really enjoy holidays like Valentine's Day so much that they would celebrate it with someone even though they don't want to pursue anything beyond that? Or is that not a thing? Not just you. I'm not saying you as a single man. You have been around a lot of men. Get out of your locker room. I'm not talking about any of the teammates you had.
I was jocks and coaches.
So listen to me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Including the men in my family.
Okay.
My brothers, my male friends, the people that you know outside of your locker room. Because we know you people. And try to answer this.
Outside of my circle, I would say there are some men that are hopeless romantics and just look forward to, I don't want to say spoiling because then that gets a negative connotation.
Spoiling is not negative. Why is that negative?
Well,
that's so positive.
Okay, spoiling women on Valentine's Day. And sometimes with no hope for anything in return. They don't even want to pursue. They just like, you know what?
Want to make somebody feel special?
They just want to make somebody feel special. And those men do exist.
You don't know any. So how do you think they exist if you don't know any?
Well, you said outside of my circle, so...
Do you know any outside of your circle?
Your male friends, and there are members in your family who are like that. That'll just...
Some of them are.
Yeah, like I remember your brother who bought them little kits for a whole bunch of people that he knew. I was like, and he did that for what? Just because he wanted to make, women feel special on this day. And that is a beautiful thing.
But you don't want nobody to feel special unless they're going to make you feel special.
Me personally, I wouldn't think like that on Valentine's. I think like that on Mother's Day. I love blessing.
Do you?
Come on now, don't do that. Don't do that. I want women to feel special on Mother's Day. I'm not saying I particularly go out and get gifts, but I make sure to,
text
mothers.
Whatever. I was going to say, because I don't remember you doing that for me on Mother's Day.
Don't get up. Now, you don't get on here and act like
I got to.
We ain't going to go into that, but that,
please go into it.
I'm going to defend my Mother's Day now. I'm going to defend that.
What's one thing?
Valentine's Day. Every Mother's Day, the kids are not in your hair. She's a mother on Mother's Day that don't want to be a mother.
I don't. That's all I ask for every year. What do you want for Mother's Day? Please keep them kids away from me.
Kids away from me. I'm a single parent on that day. And a cook. And a masseuse. Ain't that what it is? A massager, a masseuse. It's a masseuse. Okay, we're going to go.
You like, man, I need to up my game so I can floss for the people.
Okay.
If a single, he said, I'm putting you out there today. I mean, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this is not my highlight. Valentine's Day.
It's not your highlight reel. You trying to make a highlight reel?
I'm trying to make one. I'm going to help the guys be highlight. Don't do what I do. Be better than me.
So I would love it. I can't wait to hear your take on this. Mm-hmm. If a single woman gets the "Will you be my Valentine?" question, and then she says yes, well, what do you think she's agreeing to?
Oh, we go together.
So if she says yes, I'm your Valentine, then she's in relationship with you.
Yeah, we go together. That's
as an adult. I'm not talking about a 7th grader.
2nd grader.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's where you took it back to. So I'm not saying I'm saying as a 30-year-old.
I don't think we grew out of that. That's from 7 to 70. Will you be my Valentine? Is Are you gonna be my girlfriend slash boo thing slash wifey wife?
Ooh, see,
Whatever.
people look. Make sure you communicate thoroughly here, because that's not what I think.
Really?
I think if I agree to be your Valentine, then I agree to hang out on Valentine's Day and take part in whatever it is that you have planned for me.
The next day you skedaddle.
I mean, I have to skedaddle. We might be friends, but that doesn't mean I am locked into a relationship with you. Just because I said I would go out with you on Valentine's Day.
We'll agree to disagree.
Why do you think she would be locked into a relationship because she went out on Valentine's Day?
Unless this is a family member and you trying to treat her special, then other than that is we need to go together. Like for instance, I have a daughter. I have 2 daughters, and every year for Valentine's Day, I feel, and Bree is going to experience it this year. I'm gonna make sure that I'm the best Valentine, so that I set a standard for when they meet their special guy, that he treats them special. So I always get them something and make them feel special on Valentine's Day. And now she's gonna say something about that. Like, I don't get this. I just want my daughters to make sure they get good men.
Like you.
Like me. Like me.
Good men like you that spoiled them on Valentine's Day.
See, here we go.
I like to be clear.
Fellas,
is that what you're saying?
Pay attention. I walked into another trap. Watch all these traps I walked into and avoid these. I'm here. I'm
only asking
myself for you guys not to make these mistakes. So pay attention and don't do what I do.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You want them to find good men like you that spoil them on Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Okay. Carry. Whew. Carry on. I don't feel like anybody should assume they're in an exclusive relationship without having a conversation about being in an exclusive relationship. I don't think being a Valentine means you're exclusive. I don't think going on a weekend trip means that you're exclusive. I don't think going on an expensive date means you're exclusive. I feel like the only thing that joins us exclusively is us having a conversation and us both making a decision to move forward in that way. That's just my opinion.
2 out of the 3, I agree.
Do you feel like the thrill of celebrating holidays like Valentine's Day diminishes once you get married? Do you think it's like that it's more thrilling as a dating couple?
I do.
Or as teenagers, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Valentine's Day is a much more exciting holiday, single or pre-marriage.
Why?
I think at that point you're still trying to reach an ultimate goal with your partner. You're either trying to pursue them, so you're trying to make yourself stand. You're single. You're trying to make yourself stand out among other suitors. So you're trying to reel it in, reel her in, or reel him in, however it's flowing. I think when you're in a relationship, I think Valentine's Day is kind of where you determine, man, I love this woman and I want to make sure she knows I love her and I want to stay with her, I want to keep her. So you want to hit every holiday like jackpot. And Valentine's Day is that day to kind of be like, okay, let me show her I love her. If y'all are on the outs, then Valentine's Day is probably one of those holidays you try to be like, well, she gonna know. I don't really think about it that much, and if she get mad, that's gonna be an excuse I use to break up with her, if I'm being honest. So I feel like Valentine's Day has a lot more thrill to it either way, before marriage than after marriage. Because once you're married, now I feel you're doing so much work daily in building your marriage. Don't women, Valentine's Day could be like a small celebration of your love, but to me it's not the thrilling. Anniversary starts weighing way more than Valentine's Day. Birthdays way more than Valentine's Day once you're married, to me.
I think that's a trap. I think people allow it to not be thrilling.
Okay.
And I think it depends on what 2 people are married. If celebrating love and romance is important to both people, it'll be thrilling. If it's only important to one of you, and we're transparent on here. Like, we give y'all the raw, uncut truth.
Yes.
I'm a hopeless romantic. He is not. So it's still important to me.
Yes.
Like, I like things like Valentine's Day, but not just Valentine's Day. I want to celebrate everything. I'll look on the calendar and it's a certain culture. I want to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I want to.
It is literally just the two of us. I'm sorry.
I mean, I wanna celebrate it all, and so it kind of falls on me to celebrate those things. I would love for him to do that for me, and that's something that we work on. But if you aren't both romantic in that way, then it will become less thrilling. But I don't think it's because you're married. I think it's because it's not important to both of you that makes it diminish. And you said birthdays and anniversaries are more thrilling? Like, in what way?
Once you're married.
How is our anniversary any more thrilling than any other day?
Because you're celebrating the day you decided to, go before the Father.
But I'm saying, what do we do that makes it more thrilling?
What do you mean, what do we do? It's more sentimental to me. I don't know, thrilling may not be the right word, but it has more meaning, more value. So it's like I will put more time and emphasis in planning something for anniversary more than I will for Valentine's.
You will?
Yes.
You don't?
But I will.
So that he said something interesting, and I'm glad y'all are here listening, because I just heard him say that it's more sentimental for him. So that could be an area where we cross, and we are doing active listening. We're about to model active listening right here on the spot, because this is not even something that we've talked about. But what I heard you say was that it was more sentimental, and that thrilling was not the best word choice, right?
Okay.
So that makes sense, because I don't generally feel sentiment. I'm not a sentimental person. So I don't attach sentiment to holidays or dates or, special stuff like that.
Right.
I don't feel what he feels when he's sentimental about something. So for all of the different holidays to be thrilling to me in the same way would make sense, because I don't have sentimental attachment to any of them. And for me to be able to say, don't worry about the anniversary, celebrating it, go do that, and I'm fine with it. I'm able to say that because I don't have a sentimental attachment to the day we got married.
Really? That's interesting. Yeah, that is.
But you do.
I do.
But that makes it interesting that you have the sentiment for that day, but it doesn't make you want to celebrate it any more than any other holiday from what I've seen.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
I mean, what is your take on it?
I don't really have one.
What?
I feel like I'm in a courtroom and I just...
You feeling... See, I don't want you to feel that way.
I feel like I'm up on the stand and it's an aha moment and the jury's looking at me like this.
I really want to...
That's how I feel.
I'm only asking for clarification and understanding.
Boy, the comments going to be on fire.
You thinking about the wrong stuff. Like, actually having a conversation.
No, I'm having a conversation. I'm
like, if you're sentimentally attached to an anniversary,
yes,
why don't you want to celebrate it?
I do.
Enough to actually plan something to celebrate it.
I don't know. I don't think planning dates or celebration, I mean, I keep going back to it's not a strong suit or it's not in the forefront of my mind, but I am a words person. So I feel like me talking about it, me expressing it, like, man, I love you so much. I'm so happy. Like, I'm going to tell you, an ideal, I'm glad we're having, this is like, we literally are working something out right here in front of y'all. Like, a great day for me is sitting back, reminiscing on all the good things we had. Look at her face. And then going to go get something to eat and making some more memories. Like, let's go do something. What do you want to do? And we plan it together. Like it, to me, I know it diminishes a little bit when you have to be involved in the planning, but I can't think of a better way to plan than to involve you, because then it's something we did together. I like doing things together.
So if you are, let's say that I have planned things for us throughout the year, and our anniversary is New Year's Eve, so it's literally the last day of the year. So if you're saying, okay, I have some time off now, I'm going to plan something for you, then you wouldn't plan that for me. What would you take into account when planning something for me? Because I don't want to sit back and reminisce. I'm not even sentimental. I would just be like, okay.
What are we doing? Yeah, that's me. I would either probably need some help, or I guess I would need my slate, my whole mind clear, because as you know, I'm kind of ADHD, I'm scatterbrained, and so I would need nothing but that week. Like when I wake up, this week is just to plan for you and Maya's anniversary. And then I'd probably get some ideas like, okay, let me figure this out, let me figure that out. But as soon as I get distracted, it's like...
So the sentiment is not that strong.
Okay.
To where it keeps your attention.
Probably not, I guess.
I mean, it's just something we're working through. You just got to know. And
yeah. I got to stay focused on it.
So none of them are really thrilling for you. None of the holidays.
I don't want to say that.
I ain't say you didn't like it.
Boy, the jury is like this.
Look, we supposed to be talking about Valentine's Day. I guess we're gonna have to talk about. See, this is healthy communication. Yeah. You have to work. Everything ain't gonna be roses. You gotta have the tough conversations.
Okay. In front of y'all.
You gotta have them. So that's how we have them, and we do it a lot. We have these conversations a lot. I think it's healthy. Do you think it's healthy?
I do. I think we just got better. We discovered something we need to work on, and that's the beauty of marriage. It's always discovering what you need to work on, and not harp on it. Not see it didn't end in nothing bitter. I could have been in my feelings, but no. It's like, okay, I got something I got to work on. I got something, that I can ask for help or get coached. OneVisionERC.com. Get coached for on how to get better and improving our marriage.
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for planning as many things, as possible throughout the year. And you'll be excited about looking forward to something. And so I think that if you don't have the excitement, then you'll kind of just be passing your life away. You'll just be working, cooking, cleaning, sleeping, seeing about these kids and stuff like that. So there's so much more to life. So how do you think couples could make the celebration on Valentine's Day more worthwhile for both parties involved? Like, if I already look forward to it in our situation, it's not a big deal to you. How could we're a perfect example of what I'm talking about. How can we make something like Valentine's Day more worthwhile for both of us? So that it would be something that you look forward to. Like, man, I can't wait for Valentine's Day. That's going to be lit.
I think anything you invest in, your heart goes with it. So, one thing we do for Christmas, we have a Christmas savings. So I think starting a small, maybe do it on either a smaller version or equal version. Like, okay, every month we put in $5, $10, $20. And this is the Valentine account. And that way every time, because you're going to look at your money. That's one thing you're going to look at consistently and often. You're going to look at your pay stub, you're going to look at your bank account. So you see, Valentine account got, this much money in it? Okay. And Valentine's Day is coming up. We can do this. I can do this. We got enough to do this. Oh, I need to put a little more into it so we can go on a trip. So I feel like anything you invest in, you're going to put time in. More information about our coaching services, courses, marriage tools, events, and getaways, go to onevisionerc.com. That website again is onevisionerc.com. If you had a good time hanging out with us and you got something out of it, go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Like it so we know that you enjoyed it, and share it with someone so they can be blessed too. We'll look for you next time.